Joy, I look like a wiener today. Every time I wear this sweatshirt and I have my hood up, the comments are full of weenuses and different types of wienerisms, and I'm fine with it. So I feel like I always have to give disclaimers, especially lately. This bitch is not feeling well and this bitch is tired. So that's what my face is looking like. But I wanted to put an update out there because I got some new information and just talk about some things that are going on so you guys kind of have some understanding of stuff. Just realize if I have one eye, especially this one that gets real twitchy, just tired. Okay, so where do I begin? It's gonna be really hard to keep on track, so this will be rambly stream of consciousness, heads up. We're gonna go over a few things. Might be some cuts, still haven't fixed the card because I've been this week working on health stuff, which I will talk a little bit about, but thought I give you guys an update to the last video. First of all, I always find it very interesting the amount of people who don't watch the video and just leave comments. And I had some really nice ones of like, Joy, just take care and do what you have to do for you if you've got to leave. And I'm just like, but that's not what this is about. And then I have ones where it's like, God, just make up your mind already, you even know you're not. And I'm like, once again, that is not what this video is about. So if you guys missed the last video, this won't make sense. So I'll have links in the description, probably go watch that video. Basically, I had a video removed, the one where I was talking about the police coming to the house. This is not the first, second, or third time this has happened. And who I thought could have done it. And two of the people that I thought could have done it made privacy complaints. And they complained, was trying to say I'm bullying them. And my video got taken down. And these people have been out there just celebrating, living it up like they've done some wonderful thing. And because I have 2 strikes, I was like, all right, this is third strike. It's third strike, here it is. And I was just waiting for my channel to get deleted. Well, I have some contacts. I have some YouTube contacts. I reached out to them and they explained the situation. So here's what I know. They said that this looks like, okay, so here's where it's interesting. When the video is removed, it says it's removed for inappropriate content. However, and not privacy complaints, even though I get like, it's so funny, it's certain individuals, I can't say who they are. You guys will have to guess. You can leave guesses in the comments. I'm sure anybody who watches me regularly, y'all know who these people are. They do horrible things, and I can't even use their names, even though they have doxed me to hell and back. They've done horrible things to me. These are just horrible people that they will do everything they can outside of coming to your house and murdering you, basically. They will do horrible things, but then you can't even say their names, or they use every law here, there, and everywhere to try to make it so that they cry bully. They are cry bullies. And because they can't have anybody seeing the horrible stuff they're doing. It's quite funny. These are people that, this one in particular, I firmly believe she gets off on the misery of others. I'll never, that takes a really miserable individual to do that. But so these people who just do horrible things, when I finally stand up for myself and just showcase what they're doing and give them even a tiny bit of pushback, they go and they play cry bully. So that's what I've been dealing with. So when I reached out to my contact, I said, hey, can you help? Is there what can we do? Is there anything we can do? And they looked at it and they said, okay. So even though the video says it's been removed for inappropriate content, the video was removed October 28th. And it's now what, November? Is this November 2nd or 3rd? So it's been a while. And they're like, did you get an email? I'm like, nope. So I'm just kind of waiting for something. And they said, okay, this looks like a placeholder. So this just looks like a placeholder for removing the video. And if it's removed for a privacy violation, you're probably not getting a strike. You're gonna get a strike for like community violations or that sort of thing. So the good news is my contact said, if you haven't gotten an email by now, you're most likely not getting a strike. You're not gonna get a strike for privacy issues. And I was like, oh, thank God. So as it stands from my contact, I don't think I'm getting a strike even though the video's been removed. Whew. Thank goodness, right? So that's good. That's a good thing. And that made me feel a little bit less stressed because, I mean, here's the thing. It's like I've been laughing about it and I'm like, well, if the channel goes down, it goes down. But it does cause some stress. It causes some financial stress because I know I'm not I'm not really yet ready to work. And although I'm applying places and I'm doing my due diligence, it's first time in a really long time, many years, that it's like I used to be able to snap my fingers and get a job. And unfortunately, that's not happening right now. There's a few reasons for it. Number one is the area of the country where I live. The area that I live in is not a big marketing city, and that's what I specialize in. So it's not like there's a lot of ample good opportunity, as well as I have to look for stuff that's from home, so I'm competing with people from all over the country and all different types of jobs. And the kind of jobs I'm going for now, I don't have the same connections, and so it takes time to build up. So there you go. So at least, hopefully, the channel is still up. And it's funny because since I made that video, they're trying to, okay, so the video I made yesterday talking about the videos getting deleted, they privacy complained of that video, although I didn't say anything about who they are. I'm like, you have to, they privacy complained of yesterday's video. I'm like, I didn't say who you are. How, it's just funny watching them operate. It's really funny watching them do this. But, so I thought I'd give you guys some updates just to kind of, just to kind of talk about what's going on and where everything is at and where my head is at with some stuff. So, and I just want to make sure, are we still recording? We're good. Okay, I do look like a wiener. God, my head looks like a wiener. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay on topic because like I said, I'm really tired. Okay, where do I begin? So I'll give you guys a quick, I think I'll just kind of update in general. This will be just a little vlog of updating what's going on in my world. The reason I've been inconsistent a little bit inconsistent this week, you guys know, like, I'm like diligent about trying to put up a video a day, and I haven't been, which fucks me in the end. That completely screws me on this channel. But the reason I haven't, there are a couple reasons. Number one, I'm just, well, the biggest reason I would say actually is health. It's so funny. I love that I can't just talk about my health without these people going, "She's talking about health again." She's trying to get sympathy. It's like, no, I'm just talking about my life. It's normal vlogging, and this is what is happening. And it's funny, I was talking to a friend last night, and I think that some of these people that do the harassing and stuff, they are the kind of people that it's like they transpose everything they are and they do onto me. Not to say I haven't made mistakes or I can't take criticism for them, but I mean the extreme nature of how much they come at me and come at me for the dumbest, tiniest things. Things I've already apologized for, things that aren't that big a deal, or things that if it's really looked at from a sane, rational brain, people can understand where my head is at and where I'm coming from with something, but they only take time to do that. But I love it because they bitch and complain, and to them, me talking about health issues means I'm manipulating or trying to get sympathy, and I just laugh at this point. I'm like, so does that mean if you had a health issue, you would be doing that? Like, it's always like, here it is, she's got to be doing the GoFundMe now, here comes Patreon. It's like, number one, if I want to make a Patreon, I can. Everybody else on the planet does it. It's not a big deal. But I don't care to right now. I might one day. I have no interest to do it right now. I'm just barely doing well to keep up with this channel. And number two, to do a GoFundMe, there would have to be a reason. What reason is there? There's no reason for me to do. I've said this from the beginning, because from the beginning of talking about my health issues, I've had people come and say, let's do a GoFundMe, and I've explained it to them. And back then, I didn't fully know what was going on. I still don't, but we have a clearer picture now. Tora was like, hey, listen, even if we raise $2,000 or $3,000, because I don't know what that is and I'm not insured, it's a drop in the bucket for testing. And I was right. So it's funny because it's like, you think that it's the opposite. You think that I would actually get praise for being in my position and maybe not praise, but I would say a little credit. I'm not looking for like a pat on the back, but even slight amount of credit of like, look at how long it's been, the stuff I've had to go through, the amount I have had to spend on things, and I haven't made a GoFundMe. I wouldn't do that unless there was an emergency, and even then, I'm the kind of person I'd probably just let myself die. Like, it's just how I work. I don't want to take from other people. I want to give, and I'm not in that position, unfortunately, right now, which is very humbling, and that's okay. It's part of life, ebbs and flows, right? Just have to learn how to receive in the best way that I can without too much anxiety at the moment. But I'm not doing that with the GoFundMe. I just love their arguments on that. So anyway, health update. I've been inconsistent, and I'm not really. Here's where I'm at. Like I said, I have those videos I haven't put up. I'm torn about putting them up. Very torn about putting these videos up because if I'm some of this content, I'm like, I don't really care to do. I don't really care about the drama that much. And like I said, now here's the thing. So I've had people say, well, you keep saying that and then you'll put up a video. Well, if I feel to put something up because somebody's being stupid, like the situation with, you know, Repstion and his girlfriend, yeah, I'll put it up. You know, I'll just showcase how dumb something is. So I'm in this place of like, you know, I could put this content up and make money, but I don't really care to. But because I'm having health stuff, I'm not really able to make new content right now. I've not been sleeping the last week or so. When I don't feel good, it can be really hard to sleep, which is really difficult. And I'm having stomach issues. And the biggest one that is kind of scary, and I'll talk a little bit about it because I went to my doctor the other day, is the asthma stuff. So I'll give you guys a brief history because I've talked about this before. And I'm assuming like the videos like this, I don't do much with these kind of vlogging videos. So this is just more for y'all. So it's not like I'm educating people or trying to educate. Like I'm giving information to people who don't have it about me. Horrible asthma and allergies when I was little. Absolutely god awful. Breathing treatments on nebulizers 3 times a day. In the hospital 3 to 4 times a year, getting, you know, having to get steroid packs, and just, it was really bad. There are elements of it that were a lot worse today, like, because now, like, it's a little bit different in that back then, it was full-blown allergies, like constant phlegm, constant runny nose, constant congestion of lungs. Lungs would fill up with shit. Like, luckily I don't have that now, thank God, but it was really awful being that young and going through that. And that lasted up until my teen-ish years. Around 15, it got better. I learned I started dieting a lot, exercise techniques, and started doing a lot of meditation to try to really control it, and I got on some really good medication. And then I would say as I got into my late teens, like college years, 20s, it wasn't much of an issue unless I was around a big trigger like mold or hay, and then I'm fucked. Like, I'm just fucked no matter what's going on. There's certain triggers, like I can't live in a house of mold. I can't live in a house with mold. I have to be extremely careful. I have to really be careful the places I live. Like I couldn't live in an old house that could possibly have mold, because no matter what I have, like asthma medications or allergies or anything, that's a huge trigger for me, mold and hay. So just to kind of put that out there, mold is a damn killer for me. And we have a lot of it in Oklahoma, unfortunately. So this year my allergies and asthma have been off the charts. I would say it's been worse than since I was little. So I love when people like to try to say that I'm a liar about it, because like I'll hear, like, because I've talked about this, I've been on YouTube now for on and off for 2 years. I took a year off, but and during that time I've talked about having asthma, and I said, yeah, I don't really have it anymore. And people have said, that's a lie. My so-and-so, or I know so-and-so, or so-and-so that knows me and knows through so-and-so. They have asthma, and you don't just get rid of it. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, there are some illnesses you do outgrow. There are some illnesses you get better from. And for the most part, it didn't bother me for a long time. And now it is. And then it wouldn't, I'd have I could have a year where it wouldn't bother me, and then I'd have a week where it did a little bit. It happens, guys. Like, I love when they're trying to catch me up in these lies, and it's like, you don't even really know what the fuck you're talking about. And furthermore, I love this one. I love this narrative that apparently if somebody is sick, everybody's sick with the same thing. They have the same symptoms in the same body. You can't have varying degrees of how somebody is sick. It doesn't work that way. Oh my God, the lack of logic. But hasn't bothered me in a really long time. Not to where it's scary. Now, I've talked about it lately, and I've said, this is going on. It's not a big deal. It's not that bad. It's, because I'm used to it. It's getting to the point it is scary now, because now everything that I do isn't working that well, including steroids. When the steroids don't work, the fuck do you do? And I don't know. It's getting to where it used to be I could do a steroid that was a week long, and that would get me through the month. And now it will barely get me through the week. And now it's like, well, I take it and I'm still bad even on the steroid. What is happening? And I'm having other allergic reactions. My skin from my scalp to my toes, no matter how much I'm showering, constantly itchy. And it's not itchy like it's dry. It's that kind of itch you get when it's an allergic reaction. If I scratch I start swelling up in depending on where I'm scratching, it will turn into a rash. Sometimes it's open sores. And I've noticed though that when this happens with, it's inflammation will go out throughout my whole body. It's not just my lungs, even though my lungs are hit really hard, it goes throughout my whole body to where it's hard to walk. And it's not like before where it's hard to walk where I'm so weak and collapsing. This is, again, allergic, but there's no runny nose. There's no itchy eyes. This is a very weird one, but it's getting worse and worse. And I was putting off kind of going to the doctor about it because I was praying, like, I know this year also in Oklahoma City, it's kind of been an awful record year for allergies. So I was hoping maybe it's just the time of year, but we're a bit more, so I'm from Kansas City and we're south of Kansas City so that it's not going to freeze as early. We're in Kansas City, we get crazy ass blizzards, ice storms, snowstorms. Here, just from the time I've lived here and from my understanding, you can, but you don't really get big snowstorms like that. I've seen it snow, but it's nothing that's a big deal. It's nothing that even really sticks because it's just a little more warm because it's further south. Okay, so I've been waiting for the freeze to come to see what's going on because there are a few things. It could be that because I'm sick with other stuff and it's a really bad year, my body's just susceptible and sensitive, and if it freezes, maybe that'll work. It could be that there's a trigger. I know where we live. We've had the testing and stuff. We live in a nice, fairly nice place in terms of, like, there's no mold here. And we have air purifiers on, and, like, that's why you always hear noise. There's air purifiers on in the rooms. Like, I take all the precautions that I know to do. So it's getting scary and frustrating because it's like, the two things I've battled that are really frustrating are the heart issues and the lung issues, because you've got to have your heart working and you've got to be able to breathe. Everything else, as much as it can suck, and it does suck, you can work around it for survival. Those are things you have to have. And just scary stuff has been happening. I will be having these horrible asthma attacks in my sleep where I'm running around trying to get to a nebulizer and it disappears as I touch it, or it's right without. It's not in my reach, or I can't find it, and my body wakes me up just gasping. And it's getting, like I said, it's getting scary. So I went to my doc and I talked to my doc. We talked about several things, but there's just, it's just been really frustrating, and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because I'm having asthma attacks in my sleep. So I wake up, I do a treatment, but then I'm scared to go to sleep because I'm still having asthma. It really sucks. It's really difficult. And the problem is we don't know why. Now there are theories that we don't know what's going on. And one theory is that, the person I'm working with, the specialist for the heavy metals, warned me the program I'm on is not just going to pull out heavy metals, that if I have, infections or different things going on, if I have different other issues, it will pull those up over time. And I just sent in for another hair test. So in a couple weeks, I'll get those results and I'll be able to see more what's going on with the heavy metals. But, it's possible that if there has been something in me that's been, since I was little, causing the asthma stuff, maybe that's surfacing. I'm not saying that's the case. I just don't know. It sucks because it's like when you have health issues, you have to become your own advocate and you have to really try to look at things from all angles, and sometimes it's just like you're shooting darts in the dark. So everything I'm saying, this isn't a conclusion. We're just trying to figure it out. But it's possible that this is a reaction from heavy metals that my body is having. I saw there was a lot of aluminum in my system as well as copper, and this aluminum, there's a lot of links between aluminum and lungs, aluminum and not cancer, aluminum and asthma. So there's all of that. Actually, my statement was correct. It's not correct in me, as far as I'm aware from the testing I did last year, but heavy metals can correlate to cancer stuff. I don't have cancer, as far as I'm aware, but again, we did the testing last year, so shouldn't be an issue. That's not an issue. I've never had cancer as far as I'm aware of, and thank God for that. It's funny because I can do one little word slip and it's just going to be 100 crazy comments, so I have to over-clarify, which gets exhausting. Okay, but I know most of you with a brain who watch this understand that what is actually happening. You're not just listening for tiny sound bites to twist and manipulate how evil I am. So I went to the doc and we're going to try some stuff. We're going to try some steroid controlled inhalers. I've done them before when I was younger. They didn't really do much, but I'm going to try, and we're going to try to do everything to keep me off of steroids. Which is, it's a good thing because I don't like the steroids, but it's kind of the only thing that's working right now, so it's scary. And so my doc was like, well, we have to get to the bottom of what's going on. And so I talked to her and I'm like, I did allergy testing when I was little, but at this point, would it be worth it? Because I don't, and money is not, I don't have the savings I did before. You know, I was living off of savings and I've almost depleted that. So we talked about it and she's like, yeah, it's going to be too much money and they're probably not going to find the answers. This is my primary care doc. And so I talked about what my specialist has talked about, which is my specialist, the heavy metal specialist I'm working with has said, you know, it is common, these are common symptoms for getting rid of all kinds of different stuff when it comes to the heavy metals and different chemicals and stuff in the body. So it could just be that. And if that's the case, there's no real good way for an allergy specialist to test for that. And it's just going to be an arm and a leg. It's not something I can really afford to do right now. So she said, you know, we're going to have to wait to the first freeze, which I've been aware of, the first couple freezes, and then we'll kind of determine and we'll try to figure out what the trigger is. And that's kind of what we're going to have to do. And at this point, she said, you know, if it is because you're getting rid of the metals, you're just going to have to wait it out. It's just a patience game. Just sucks because I'm like, it's not breathing is scary and I'm tired of not sleeping from this stuff, you know? And my sleep schedule is just horrible. So then the days I can get sleep, it's just the sleep schedule is completely off. So I've just been too exhausted to even do any videos right now as a result of dealing with all of this. Today's a little bit better. They did give me a strong shot of some steroid stuff, and which I think is helping. And it was kind of weird because it took a couple days for it to work. Typically it doesn't. Typically for me, I can feel the effects within 45 minutes, and this time I couldn't. It was like a couple days before it really kicked in. But so I'm feeling a little bit better today with it all, which is good. That's why I'm making a video. I have to, for financial reasons, get back on track. I have to be able to put up a video a day. But it's a comment, and I have people in the comments say, well, don't worry about that, take care of you. But that's the shitty part. To take care of me, I have to do this. Like, I don't have a choice. You know what I'm saying? I have to put up a video a day because I have to make money to take care of myself. So we talked about a couple other things. The other thing was we talked about the colonoscopy, which I think I updated you guys. I hadn't gotten the colonoscopy. It came to a standstill for a few reasons. You know, I basically said, look, I'm still, and well, this is the other thing too. This is the weird thing with what's going on. I'm also having stomach issues again. Those are coming back. It's like, and I remember the other day I was like, hey, I think I might have some good news about this. Well, we added something to my program and for like a week it helped, and then it's just like it goes right back. And that's what's been happening lately. It's like we'll do something, it'll work for a while, and shoom, then goes the other direction. So I talked to my doc, and my doc's obviously seen the weight gain. She knows about it. She knows what's going on. I said, stomach issues and weight gain. Do you have any suggestions? I don't know what to do. And she was like, you're stuck. I can't advise you. Like, she's like, there's nothing I can tell you. You're in a downward spiraling catch-22 with your weight. You know, when the stomach issues are here, I have to eat heavy foods and carbohydrates to keep everything together. And I have to do a lot of like Pedialyte for the electrolytes, which is a lot of sugar. There's nothing I can do about it. But if I were to try to eat healthy while I'm having stomach issues, I'm going to gain weight because my body is going to go, oh shit, everything's going off, you're starving, the electrolytes, blah, 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 and then it just retains. Something people might not be aware of, I've talked about this, but I don't think they are. I think one of the reasons the stomach issues are so bad for me and why I'm gaining weight with it as opposed to maybe losing like some people might, it's years and years of eating disorders have really screwed up my metabolism in my stomach. So my body is hyper aware of starvation mode. Does that make sense? So that's why I think for me personally, and on top of that, there's also other things like the inflammation, there's other stuff where when I have stomach issues, my body puts on weight. It sucks, but even my doctor's like, when it gets to a point where your doctor's like, I don't know how to help with your situation, there's nothing you can really do. It sucks because my body is just reacting to what's happening, but she's like, we gotta get you the colonoscopy. And the issues I was having before were about anesthesia because I've had a horrible reaction to some anesthetic and a really, really scary reaction several years ago with a tumor. And I went to get my medical records and they have conveniently lost those records from that time because I guess from what they have said, that was before they put everything online. So what happens is where I'm from, they store it in underground caves, my files, and should I know because I've had to call and order them. So we don't know what it was. And so that's where I went to a standstill last time because they were gonna, they weren't gonna let me be awake for the procedure. I have to be under some type of anesthetic, but we didn't know the anesthetic. So my doctor, she's such an angel. She is calling around to figure it out because she wants to get me this colonoscopy. She's like, we can't do anything else until we get this. So that's the next step. The next step is the colonoscopy, which is going to be some money. It is what it is. I'm working on it, and hopefully from AdSense, which thank you guys for watching the ads. Thank you guys for just watching the content. AdSense is helping pay for that, even though AdSense is just barely getting me by. So I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. So I just want to make sure we still filming. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So I'm trying to think, was there anything else we talked about? Those were like, I think, the main things. Yeah, those were the main things when it comes to the doctor. So it's just been frustrating, and that's why I've been back and forth. And so what's happening is I have all this content that I could put up. I don't really want to, but I can't really make new content right now while I'm going through this, so I'm ping-ponging on what to do. I'm probably this weekend going to put up the old content because I have to make money. It sucks, but I have to. So you'll probably see the end of the series I had with Repsion, as well as, you know, I have an Onision video somewhere in there. I really didn't want to put it up, but fuck it, I will if I have to. It's just, I have to do what I have to do to make, like, to sustain myself right now. And I'm not in the place to make new content. Hopefully I will be soon. With new content, here's the thing. I'll talk a little bit about this because this is also frustrating. So I'm still back and forth about YouTube. Here's kind of where I'm at, because I haven't made any decisions yet, but the thing is, I need the money, and there's not a lot else I can do at the moment, and not a lot of opportunities are coming that I can do. I do have a couple things in the works. I do want to say there was a really nice person that reached out. I'm not going to say your name for privacy reasons, but hey girl, hey, thank you so much. I had a really cool, interesting offer for something that I'm pretty excited just to see if I can possibly do, like, help with. So which I'm really grateful for. So hopefully, you know, I'll have a trickle of maybe some opportunities that come in, but right now, it is where it is with me in my life, and I've got to make money to continue to get better. And I'm going to do everything I can to not have to make a Patreon. I don't really, after all the drama I had before, I don't really want one. You know, I don't want to, I have to, it sucks, but because of everything that's happened, and I think y'all that watch me understand this, y'all watched me be really open and try to be friendly with everybody and help everybody, and I've had to scale back. I've had to put up walls and really be careful with who I talk to. And it sucks, you know, that's why I'm quiet most places, I mean, except for YouTube, but like Twitter and other places, and even emails, I'm really hesitant to even answer anything because of how crazy things have been. But I've got to protect myself, you know? So you'll probably see some old content coming up as I make some new content. What's new content going to be? Well, I've been wanting to make some Dr. Phil videos ever since I started my channel, and I just never have. Those are going to require more editing. Those are going to require more time. Here's the frustration, though. YouTube is just going in the shitter. YouTube is absolutely just going downhill. It's the point now, like, I mean, people are getting, like, first it was demonetized left and right, and now people are just getting thrown off platforms. You guys have probably seen it. The Ralph retort went down last night, the kill stream. Like, people are just getting kicked out left, right, and center. I will be transitioning. If you haven't found me on Bitchute, I'm JoySparkleBs on Bitchute. Go add me. It should be in the description. If not, let me know. I think I have the link in the description, but I'm going to start going on Bitchute. I'm going to start having to go on other platforms because it's just, I can't really make the content that I want. I would love to do political videos and laugh. At both sides. Sorry, I'm dehydrated because I've had stomach issues all night, so you might see me take some drinks. Ugh. And when I'm talking nonstop, if I've had stomach issues, everything gets very dry, obviously. I can't really make the content I want. And the problem is like, and it's not just me, it's across the board, and it's slowly started since I came back. YouTube is showing my content less and less and less. And it's happening across the board. It's not just me, small and big YouTubers. Even, you know, Keemstar is talking about it. Markiplier is talking about it. You know, our views are getting slashed by about 50%. And what's happening is it's not going to sub boxes. It's not going to notifications. You have a combination of the site is breaking down. Markiplier covered this really well. The kind of, we have to be our own advocates on YouTube as well because we're independent contractors who aren't told anything about what's going on from like how we get paid, what's happening with the site. But I'm pretty surprised, y'all, I made it this long in the video and there wasn't a break, so thank you, card. Thank you for that. The speculation from Markiplier as well as many is that because they're removing Google+, as a result of moving Google+, it is breaking the site down. So you not only have Google+ doing that, you have the AI bots that basically scan your videos and kind of calculate and put it in the direction that they think if this will get views or not get views, and they put it in categories as to what they want to show and not show. And I don't know if the Google Plus system could be fucking with the AI bots. I don't know if it's a separate thing. I don't know technology that well, but between the two, it's a mess. It is an absolute mess. Just kind of heads up on that. It is a damn mess. Ah! Just lost my lid bucket. It's a damn mess, basically. And so, here's what's happening. When I do videos where I try to put a good amount of energy into it and editing stuff, and stuff that I enjoy and you guys enjoy, well, a couple things. Number one, because the illness stuff is flaring up and the fibro stuff, I'm prone to making a mistake. And it seems like every time I do a ton of editing, even if I don't make a mistake, something's happening when I export. I don't know what it is. Sometimes, like the other day, I made a mistake. But on the video I re-uploaded. But like a lot of times it's just something's happening within my software, I don't know, and it's not like I have the money to fix it right now. So there's that, which is frustrating. But then the other part is I'll spend all this energy I really don't have to try to make a really good video that YouTube is just not going to let be seen. And it's across and it's not just even that it's not getting to, like notifications aren't getting to sub boxes and all of that. It's like it's where I will do everything I know to do to hit algorithm waves, and I should, and the videos still aren't getting shown. And it's not just me though, and it might be, and my videos aren't getting recommended. It's not just me. It's like I said, I'm not trying to bitch too much because it's everybody. I'm just telling you guys where my frustration is on content right now and what I can do. So I'm not feeling well. I can't really make that much content at all. And the stuff I really want to make is going to take a lot of time in editing. And is it even going to be worth it? Is it even going to be seen? Is it going to be worth the energy I'm putting into it while I'm sick and I'm trying to get better? So I'm in this constant push-pull, and then the other content I really want to make that could be easy and fun, the political stuff, I can't do. It's like, it won't get shown whatsoever. And it's frustrating. And it's not that so much that I'm like a view whore necessarily, where I have to make a lot of views, but I'm here to make money right now because I need it to survive. And I have to be careful my energy output versus what I'm making. If I were making enough to compensate the energy I'm putting in, I would get it. But and it wouldn't be that big a deal if I wasn't sick, but I'm sick. So putting all that energy into something that I know, no matter if I do everything perfectly, is not going to be seen, is incredibly frustrating. So there's just, YouTube itself has become, the platform is just breaking down. The whole thing about super chats, like here's what's happening. This is so stupid. And you guys have, I think most of y'all probably heard about this who watch stuff. So they're making a new rule that if somebody sends you a super chat that is hate speech or whatever they think, or bullying, they take that money from the super chat and YouTube's gonna donate it. And we're not gonna know anything about it. We have no say in it. But if somebody does send a shitty super chat, it's your fault. And the person, the YouTuber, is the one that could possibly get a strike. And they're saying it, and they're trying to protect people from having to look at hate speech and trying to protect creators. How are you protecting a creator when you can then have bands of trolls or whoever go and troll? They can go and troll super chats and get you taken off of YouTube. It's insanity. It's like YouTube is trying to kill off their platform. And nobody can quite figure out what they are doing. It's just stupid though. Absolutely stupid. So I think many, including myself, we're just getting more and more and more incredibly frustrated with YouTube. Incredibly frustrated with this platform in terms of what we can do, what we can't do. And it's again, a lot of it is shooting in the dark because we are never really informed on what is going on. So it's just really, it's a really, really frustrating situation. So my content right now is just kind of up in the air. It's a lot easier for me to just kind of sit and talk to y'all and ramble in front of a camera, which is why I've been doing a lot of these videos, a lot of these vlogs, because these will somewhat be shown, and it's a little bit easier, truth be told. So I am just, like everybody else, trying to navigate what is happening on YouTube and where to go next. So just a heads up, like I said, I will start uploading regular content on other platforms. I'm just having to, I'm going to be figuring out exactly what that is. Bitchute will be coming. That's going to be like the next one. So the other thing too, and this is fun, I have a lot of my old videos. So I will probably be uploading some of the old stuff from the JoySparkleBs channel if I transition onto other sites, so you guys can see some of that stuff as well. So yeah, that's kind of where it is. It's frustrating. I can't really build the channel. I can't really grow the channel. And it's not just me. Like I said, it's absolutely across the board. So I'm not just trying to bitch and act like I'm the only one. It's frustrating. And, you know, it's just YouTube is constantly changing, and we're constantly trying to have to keep up with what the hell they're doing. And so not only is it constantly changing and getting tighter on everything, it's that and the site is also broken. It's also broken, and who knows how long it's going to take to get fixed. But I want to reassure everybody of something. No matter what happens right now, I'm not going anywhere. I don't think. Well, let me explain. I'm not deleting the channel. So just keep in mind, if this channel gets deleted, it's people being stupid. That's just what it is. And they're just going to try to find every loophole to do that with. I'm also going to, like, after I probably put up this last bit of content, I'm going to do my best to transition out of some of the stupid drama videos, because I just don't care. I've said everything I want to say. I don't care about these people unless there's something important. And that's the funny thing, is YouTube will promote the drama videos. Those videos get promoted. Those videos are the ones that get, like, you know, shared more. Those are the videos that do better. I just don't care to do them. I really don't. I really don't. But I do have some stuff I do need to put up. I do need to get ready. I've been dragging my feet because my feet aren't feeling well. like per usual right now. So that is, for the most part, I'm trying to think. I think that's where everything is at. Are we still recording? Yes. Yes, we are. So that's kind of my update. That's where everything is. So thankfully, I don't think I'm going to be getting a strike. But if the channel goes down, at least you guys had fair warning. You know what's happening. So I don't think I'm getting a strike. I think for the most part, everything is going to be okay with the channel. I just have to stick it out this next month, and then I should be okay strike-wise. We'll see. I have literally, it's funny because the people that hate me are scrambling because they know they have like 2 or 3 weeks before the strikes start getting lifted, and then they're screwed. But, you know, even some of that stuff, like, as much as I like to laugh at them and stuff, I don't care about these people. I really don't. I want to move into other directions and do other things, and it's fun to laugh at them. It's fun. It really is. It's fun to laugh at these people because they're so silly, but at the end of the day, I don't really care about these people. I don't. I haven't for a long time. They're just, these people that hate me are just silly, and they're just something to giggle at, but I want to try to do stuff that I really enjoy, that I really believe in. But like I said, it's just a catch-22 because I can sit here and say that, but I can't really make the content I really want to make, period, because of where my body is at. But I'm going to try to transition and do some stuff. I'm going to try to transition and do other things that I really have, that I really want to do, that I can within the perimeters of what's going on with my health. But that's going to take some time. So just a heads up. And I'm excited about these Dr. Phil videos. I've wanted to do Dr. Phil videos forever. And we'll see how it does. I will see if you guys like them. So if I put, you know, if I'm going to do one here soon, I'll be doing response. Let me know when I put it up. Let me know what you think. If you want more, if you don't like them, you know, it sucks because, like, I try to judge by the comments, and sometimes I'll have the majority of the comments be really, really good, and everybody likes it, but YouTube just doesn't show it. Just don't know what YouTube is going to show. Dr. Phil videos seem to do pretty good, though, so I don't know. We'll see. We shall see what happens, but that is my little update. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should talk to y'all about, like about what's been going on. I don't really think so. Just trying to figure out the next steps of what to do with this health stuff. And of course, now that I'm trying to end the video, it's just going to keep, like, the card's now going to keep messing up. But I was going to say it's the, you know, I'm just going to keep up with the health stuff. It's a little bit frustrating because I've been doing more research on the IUDs. And, you know, I've been, you know, it's something I keep looking at, but science keeps finding more and more information about what's going on with them. And one thing they're finding is that they are prone to causing infections, not just within, like, the vaginal area, obviously, but other areas and organs of the body, and damage. I've been looking at some of the lawsuits that are coming out, and that's the other thing. Me and the specialist in primary care, it's like, you know, it's possible that this shit just caused some infections within your digestive system, and you've got to ride it out. And it's not even stuff that necessarily we can detect like through testing and stuff. It's like, I've talked to my doctor about this before, but it's just, it's incredibly frustrating to think that this little device caused so much havoc in my body. It's just, it's maddening. It's very, y'all hear that? I don't know if you can hear, like a big fire truck went by. I have to make sure, I don't know if you could hear the but so I'm just gonna keep plugging away. I'm just gonna keep going at it. I'm gonna keep trying to figure out what's going on, and I'm gonna keep trying to get better. Like, thank God the heart issues are mostly gone. The chest and back pain are mostly gone. You know, all the stuff that surrounded the heart issues. You know, the fevers are mostly gone, depending, like they don't, but it's not what it was at all. It's not like all the time, every day, really bad. You know, the majority of the fibro pain throughout my body is gone. I do still get fibro headaches and fibro fogs that are, depending on the day, can really suck, but everything is so much better, and I'm really so grateful. I'm really so grateful to feel like, except for the asthma, that I'm not in like the danger zone. That's where it's so frustrating. It's like, for fuck's sake. It's like every time we fix something, something else breaks, but it's process, and you have to be your own health advocate. You have to, because, you know, sometimes doctors are shitty, but then sometimes the doctors just don't know. You know, they just don't know what to do for this stuff. And there's just so many new things that are coming out that just modern science hasn't caught up with yet, so you really have to be your own advocate. and yeah, so I think I'll end this here. If you guys don't have me on Bitchute, go to Bitchute, JoySparkleBs. Do y'all want to see me on Minds? Does anybody go on Minds? I could start something up there, but I'm also thinking about Storyfire lately. I was thinking about Storyfire, and then I saw that McJuggernuggets, as well as Kid Behind a Camera, and some others have been transitioning over there. So I might try Storyfire. I'm not sure, but like I said, I haven't decided yet what I'm doing, but I am on Bitchute, so go on Bitchute, JoySparkleBs. Another one, Younow. I'm on Younow. I haven't been on there much because, again, I'm not feeling good, and I'm kind of at the point where it's like when I'm really trying to work at YouTube, I'm putting up content, you know, so I'm not really streaming that much. And streaming is Younow can be exhausting because it's just me. It's just me talking the whole time, you know, and that can get exhausting when I'm not feeling well. So, anyways, just dropped my water. Go to Bitchute, JoySparkleBs, Younow, JoySparkleBs. Obviously, I'm on Twitter. You guys can find me, JoySparkleBs. And I think that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna upload this, take care of myself, and try to get some content ready for this weekend, get some thumbnails going, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So, okay, y'all, continue to be blessings to yourselves and blessings to others. Continue to try to find the joy and the sparkles of the bullshit in the world. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, and I'm excited to see where things go. Like, as much as everything is kind of crappy with YouTube, there are going to have to be some other players at this point emerge, other platforms. I think it's just going to be what's going to emerge and who's going to come out to rival YouTube, and I don't know. YouTube has just become this huge fucking monopoly. I know, you know, but you know, again, like, the only constant thing is change, and all things, there's nothing that's too big to fail. So not that I want YouTube to fail, that's the sad part, but I'm wondering what's going to come and rival it. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, I love you guys. I will see you at some point, I guess. Yeah, probably the next couple days, you're going to see some pre-recorded stuff, so just a heads up. It's going to be the continuation series from the Repsion videos, and then whatever else that I've got to put up, I will. Okay, love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Blessings. Mwah, and goodbye.